Am I the a-hole for cutting off my mother-in-law for disrespecting my husband and her bonus grandson time and time again? For context, my husband was raised by his father and stepmother. His bio mom is the biggest pain in my side. I'll refer to her as MIL. Anyway, I, 33 female, married my best friend, 38 male, a few years ago. We have 3 boys, 2 his, 1 mine, 12, 13, 16. We have all 3 boys full-time. It's been a big adjustment, but it's a roller coaster I'll never regret riding. I met my husband through his father, who encouraged me to meet him after finding out about my divorce from my ex. He said I would be a perfect match. Turns out he was right. I've always been a very meek and mild person. I don't stand up for myself a lot, and I just tend to keep to myself and away from the drama in and out of work or home. But having a blended family now, I've learned. Sometimes it's just the people around you who put that drama on you. Flashback to before I knew my husband existed. My now mother-in-law had been a mom at the dance studio I attended. MIL had another kid, a daughter, who danced with me. She never acknowledged me or was nice to me. But I always thought she was an only child. My husband, we will call him D, has never been a favorite of his mother because he also doesn't play into the drama. She's never been a mother, so I guess that means she doesn't know how to be a grandmother either? When we met, years after I graduated the dance studio, around 2020, she promised me I'd never have to worry that my child would be overlooked or treated any differently. At first, she held up her end. But as time went on, I saw the real side of her come out. The boys stayed with her while Dee and I went out for a weekend getaway just a couple hours away for a concert. My son bawled his eyes out and begged for me to come get him, and he never wanted to stay there again. Dee's brother, 36 male, is a very, let's just say, dickhead of a human sometimes. Bullied my kid, 12 male, until he was in tears and then kept saying, "Why you crying for? Come on, man. It's just a joke." My son is a lot like me. He doesn't like attention, he doesn't like being fucked with, and he doesn't like people pushing him. Dee's brother does all of that. But usually I'm around and I tell him to leave him alone. MIL did nothing. But when we picked the boys up, complained that Owen just wanted to come home and cried the whole time. Yeah, which 'cause you didn't stand up for him. Fast forward a few years, 2024. She doesn't post my child like she posts the other 2 constantly. She doesn't acknowledge him. She once came to a football game to see Dee's son but complained he sat on the sidelines and she wouldn't have come. My son was also on the same team and played. She doesn't invite him to anything, doesn't text him like she does the other 2. As a side note, I should also include, MIL hangs out with oldest son's mother, my husband's ex, even after he's asked her to stop letting her come over because all they do is talk badly about us in front of the oldest. 2025, she doesn't acknowledge my husband's birthday. Writes some bullshit post of Facebook but never reaches out and never stops by to say hi. My son's birthday rolls around, doesn't show up to his party, doesn't text anyone, until a week later when she texts me about something completely different and adds, "Tell kid happy birthday and sorry I couldn't make it." But can you also tell other kid this for me? Absolutely not. MIL's notorious for picking our kids up without letting an adult know. She's known for overstepping every boundary a grandparent shouldn't. One of our boys needs to be eater conscious, meaning watching what he consumes because he is a very, I won't stop eating until I'm miserable and I'll gain any weight imaginable kind of kid. She doesn't mind. Want pizza? Here's your own larger size. Pop-Tarts? Let me go buy you a whole box. Candy? Here's a bag. And I'm talking just for a one-night stay. MIL picked up one child one day, no one knew. We leave the 16-year-old with the kids while we work. So I sent a simple, "From now on can you please send us a text and just let us know when you're getting the kids?" To which I got, "I guess as usual, I'm sorry." Then she proceeded to tell me how I made her cry in public, how her mental health is bad, how she never does right, etc., etc. I then said, "Just a text." Had I not gone through his phone just now, I wouldn't have known he was also going to a birthday party with you tonight with our other child. I have access to their texts in real time on my own phone due to other parents asking them to delete texts and hide stuff from us. She then proceeded to tell the child I told her he wasn't allowed to go, and I made her cry. So now I have the 13-year-old telling me he is definitely going 'cause it's his cousin's birthday and it was last minute so no friends are going. I text her that I never once said they couldn't go. I'm happy to let them. But please just text a parent to let us know. Turns out there was a miscommunication between me and D and he had permission but our schedules are insane and he didn't know any details, just that he was allowed. Here is where as an adult I feel like MIL should have texted an adult with details, times, places, etc. But we never got any. The boys went, played, enjoyed, not one photo posted. Odd. Now, our oldest wrestles in high school. He does wonderfully. We went to an out-of-state tournament last weekend. Neither of us have talked to Mil in months. Here she comes screen recording posts, reposting them as her own, screenshot on Snapchat, etc., etc. So she can post them and boast. First of all, not the first time. Second of all, I find it creepy. There are people who I don't want access to my kids' photos and videos, and her screen recording and reposting things from my page gives me a feeling I don't know how to describe. But basically, if you want to boast about their success or their happiness, you should first be a part of their life, is what comes to mind, and it goes through me. So I've been thinking of deleting her from my socials. Not only because she's nothing but drama, but I don't want her reposting my kids on her pages to gain likes and praise for being this great grandmother that she isn't. My husband says do it, he doesn't mind. He doesn't care for her or speak to her regularly, and she wouldn't have anything to complain about. Honestly, I feel like in the first one he's been with that sees how shitty he gets treated, and I make efforts to stop it or tell them it's not okay. Anyway, it's getting harder and harder not finally telling her how I feel, because she treats my husband like garbage and his 2 boys like she's their parent and not us. It's weird. It's creepy to me. And it's overstepping so many boundaries. So, am I the a-hole?